Hello. We're going to go over the sword. Finally. I have repeaters and sword to do left. It's really not my favorite. It's cool. It does a lot of damage. It's kind of your go-to average, does just about everything you can boot. Actually, it's probably the hardest weapon to boot with if you think about it. But it's kind of basic. It kind of feels like just a slasher at first. It's usually the one everybody starts with when they're brand new. And I kind of usually recommend people to switch out to go to more specialty weapons when they're brand new. That way they don't feel like the game is a hack and slasher. Not saying that the sword is hack and slasher, but it kind of gives that feel. It's just your standard traditional sword like you have in Dynasty Warriors or other games. So, but it is unique. They've got some good moves. The specials on it are pretty fun. So, let's get into it. All right, so here we are. We got a sword. By the way, this is all the Hunt Pass items, and then the Bone Sword is actually the paid cosmetic. The Hunt Pass sword looks like a big hook, which is still cool as heck. Super cool, but the bones, the bones are awesome. I have a friend, random topic, who matched all of his gear. It's all white and gold to match the bone theme, and it looks pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, back on topic. Boom, move list. Light, heavy, standard, right? All the other weapons have different terms for their abilities, and this is why I always refer to it as light and heavy. So if it's X and Y on your controller or whatever PlayStation's buttons are, it's easier to refer to people light and heavy because we're all in the same mindset, especially when you start off in the game. It teaches you light and heavy, left click, right click. So I usually refer to that all the time. When you start using all the technical terms, especially for a lot of newer players that don't want to memorize every little word and terminology, it's just simple and easy. So light and heavy. And in my previous videos, I've done that, the light attack, the heavy attack, even when they're not called light and heavy, right? Horizontal, vertical on the axe, but your horizontal, the last two in the chain are actually vertical attacks, but they're considered. Anyways, okay. So the light attack, fast attacks that deal medium amount of damage. Heavy attacks, slower attacks that deal a heavy amount of damage. Kind of standard in all video games that we play. Anyways, quad cross. It's a 4-hit light attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can always spam too if you want. Again, I got the keyboard and mouse up on screen so you can see my actual clicks. You can spam it and then stop. Bam. I think it's a 5-hit actually. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So the 4th hit is a double hit. Now, you get your triple elements. So it's 3 lights, 2 heavies, but you got to wait in between. I don't think you really have to wait, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3. No, you really don't have to wait. You can look at the button press. It's the same thing. 1. No waiting. Bam. That is probably the #1 move you should be doing. It puts out more damage than anything. It says it consumes stamina. It barely consumes stamina. So it's a 5-hit. So no stamina, none, little bit, none. So only on the 4th hit does it consume a little bit of stamina. Repeating elements. This is one that you're going to use if you're running your Overdrive special. Is it called Overdrive? What is it actually called? Again, I still 2.5 months of playing almost every day. I don't have all the stuff memorized either. Yeah, so Valiant Overdrive. We'll go over the specials in a little bit. But when you have that active, you'll pretty much want to continuously use repeating elements. You can throw it into your mix normally, but I typically do triple elements the majority of the time. You can also do quad cross, but I like triple. It does quite a bit of damage. You can also add quite a bit more stagger damage or interrupt threshold when you're using the last 2 heavy attacks. But when you have your special, it shoots out energy beams away from you, and repeating elements is amazing for this, especially if you can get towards the head or the tail and you're shooting these beams through all of the limbs and the body. It's great. But that one is basically two heavies, and then you mash your lights. So 1, 2, mash. And this will keep going until you run out of all stamina. Ideally, you want to have max stamina when you let it rip, and you can continuously whoosh, 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 and it just keeps shooting these beams of energy out. We'll show it in a little bit. Rising Elements is just heavy attack spam, and I'm shocked that it doesn't actually consume stamina. I'm surprisingly shocked, to be honest. Okay, just like most of the weapons, if you dodge attack, it counts as the first hit in the chain. So dodge attack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that goes into the quad cross. You do it into triple elements. 1, 2, 3. Yep, you can do triple elements. Now, let's do a dodge roll heavy. Same thing. So, rising elements, if you dodge, 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the uppercut, right? 1, 2, uppercut. Bam! And you dodge roll into the repeating elements. 1, 2, bam, 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 bam. So it doesn't really mess anything up. Now the sword has a very tricky boop mechanic. It's a dive roll, dodge, light attack. Boom. You'll notice that it kind of starts up in the 10 o'clock position, and the sword actually goes over to the 3 o'clock position, but you'll notice a burst of energy that comes out behind me at the 6 o'clock position, right? Whoosh. So, if you want to boop something, you can boop it with that. But, if it's, like, for instance, if Embermane's coming at you, and you roll to the right, you're most likely going to miss. So it's a left side roll. And you can kind of even roll forward. You can roll backward and still hit it. You can roll frontwards and still hit it. But if you go right, you most likely will not hit it. You can go forward and hit it. But usually if you roll forward, especially with Embermane, you're not going to hit it. If you can successfully boop most behemoths with the sword roll, in my eyes, you're a god. It is probably the most skill-based boop in the game because you're doing a dodge, right? So when behemoths are locked on you, they're coming at you, and you dodge, it moves you away from position, and it kind of detracts the behemoth. So in group fights, it's a little bit easier, especially if something's locked onto somebody else. You can roll over to it and boop it. Riftstalker's pretty easy to do it kind of sometimes, especially in a group. But when you're by yourself and you do a dodge, the behemoth is going to where you just were. And so you've now left that position to boop. So it's tricky. It's tricky. There are players that make it look like the easiest thing on the planet. And woof, I wish I was as good as you guys. But you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to have weighted strikes. It's just... It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Okay, you'll notice below my stamina meter, there's a little bar where all of your weapon specials show up. I have to do damage to increase my special meter. Once it becomes full, I can activate my special. All right, now my meter is full. Okay. You'll notice it's activated. So the overdrive, you activate it. You get all glowy. You're all like Super Saiyan-y. And then you can actually tap it again, teleport to your target, puts it on a cooldown, whoosh. But you'll notice all these beams of light that come out. So this is why you want to do the one I suggested earlier, the repeating elements. 1, 2, you just shoot it, right? It's gross. Again, super's active. Pop that. Come in here. 1, 2, repeat. Oh, see, but I didn't have any stamina. All right, let's go over mods really quick, then I'll show the specials. So, adhesive hilt makes you unstaggerable while you're in your special. So while you're doing the 2 different specials that are available, you can't get interrupted. You can take damage, you just can't get knocked down or interrupted. Perpetual Blade Core. While dealing damage in your special, you generate a small amount of special meter. So when you're in your special, you have a time limit, and this special meter is going down. Okay. When you're dealing damage, it adds a little bit more. So it just prolongs how long you can keep your special active. All right, so reactive hilt. Dodge attacks always critically strike. Dodge attack. It's the attack when you come out of the dodge. So I hit 4. Light attack hits for 134. Dodge attack 421. That's a big hit. 295. You'll notice the exclamation mark at the end indicates the crit. 295. 281. Heavy attack hits for 241. Wait, what? 247. Bam! 361 crit. 379. So your dodge attacks will always crit with reactive hilt. Here we are again. This time I've got the other super special Ardent Cyclone, and we're running the adhesive hilt. You become unstaggerable while in special, and I'll show you why this one's important. All right, here we go. Go ahead and do the spin to win. He hits me. Go ahead, hit me. He's not gonna hit me. But if he hits you, it will not interrupt your spin to win. Okay. That's why you want to have the adhesive hilt with the spin to win super. Otherwise, it'll knock you out of your super. Anyway, that's Sword in a nutshell. It's really not a lot of trickery to it. I'm sure there's a couple more hidden things out there that I haven't run across or people haven't told me about. I ran Sword for about 3, 4, 5 days straight until I got Mastery 20 on it. So I've played around. I've played with lots of different versions of it. And I haven't run into anything that's like super secret about it. Like with the axe. The axe blew my mind as I played with that one. So hopefully something in here was worthwhile. If not, and you already figured it all out, that's cool. If it was helpful, yay. I stream daily over on Twitch at twitch.tv between the hours of 8 p.m. to about 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We do a ton of Dauntless, along with a few other games here and there. Right now, I'm really focusing on Trials, but we do typically farm everything because the way they have the game designed, even at a 550 weapon gear score, I still have to farm basic stuff, dire stuff, hero pluses for all my other item and gear. So if you guys want to swing by, jump in, we play with chat. We got an open queue. People rotate in and out. So we do that. We've got people in chat that have been around for a long time that know more than me. So I'm always learning. Chat's always learning. Chat's always teaching. I'm teaching. We learn from mistakes. We goof off. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's a little more of the mature audience, though. Beware. Beware. If your feelings tend to get hurt pretty easily, I wouldn't check it out. Anyways, on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.